how you doing? This is a video about smooth and progressive braking. So a lot of students will say to me, oh, I didn't have a very good lesson today. It was like really jerky and I was really clunky and all the rest of it. So they basically judge themselves on how the clutch work is or how the braking is. And when it comes to braking, sometimes people can get really upset with braking. Bless, I've got this student at the moment who's just furious with herself with braking, right? So my advice to you is that we don't want your braking to be like the volume switch triangle on your remote control at home. You know your remote control for the telly? You've got like a volume switch like this, a volume symbol. You don't want your braking to be like this. You don't want it to be like that's where the traffic lights are. You don't want to like brake and leave all of your braking until the last minute and then just brake it and brake like that, because it just you just get thrown around in the car. So you don't want to have that. If you ride a bike, then it's the same. You wouldn't want to be on your bike and then brake and then go like that, and at the end, because on the bike you'd respond like that. So what we want to do, I call it the eyeball of braking. So you want a little bit of brake and then you want progressively stronger brake, and then towards your hazard you actually let off the brake a little bit and then soften it, and then if necessary then re-brake a little bit harder at the very end. So it's like little bit harder, and then as you're coming up to the hazard, softening, and then you can re-brake if you really need it at the end, because you haven't got this kind of like pent up bit. You've got this lovely like eyeball. Do I need to draw a picture of that? I think you know what I'm talking about, don't you? This is when my art class, like, so it's little bit and then maximum like when you're approaching your hazard, and then tailing off towards the hazard. Now you have to be careful obviously, because you need to get your timing right, because if you're softening your brake at the end, you've got to be careful that you get that right, because the traffic light's there or the car's in front of you. So you don't want to be softening the brake if you're literally going to just crash into something. So you've got to get this right. So if the traffic lights are coming up, then you're seeing that the traffic light is there. You come off the gas, which is your first point of slowing down, which is called overrun. So that's your first point of slowing down. Then onto the brake lightly and quite far back, so your brake lights are on and everybody knows that you're slowing down. And then let's just say that you were coming like halfway up to the lights, and then just after halfway, that's when your heaviest braking will happen, because then towards the light itself you can start to soften your brake. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the camera around and I'm going to drive for a bit, and I'm going to try and show you how to progressively brake. It's nice and safe, yeah, because your brake lights are on for a long time, so that's good. You're not saving it all up for the end. The people in the new road, if you're coming up to a T-junction, aren't going to be petrified by your braking. If you come up to a T-junction really fast and then brake, the people on the actual road are going to be freaking out that you're not going to stop. So this is better for the people on the other roads as well. Better for you, better for your passengers. Your passengers are going to think that you're a better driver, right? All right, so loads of good things about the eyeball of braking. I've got this student at the moment, and like, it's the same one who like really gives herself a hard time about the braking. And she's like, eyeball. All she's doing is like screaming eyeball at me all the time. It's really funny. We get on really well. She's great. She's just like, eyeball. Anyway, it's great. Right, I'm going to turn the camera around now, and I'm just going to do some driving and try and tell you what I'm doing with my feet as much as possible, so you can kind of get that. All right. I hope this really helps you, and I'll see you on the next one. Okay, guys. So I'm going to start the braking video here. So officially speaking, it's called progressive braking. Okay. So we're just adding brake early, and then adding the maximum on approach to the hazard, and then softening it towards the hazard end. So I hope this comes through in this video as much as I'm hoping it to. Okay, so I'm just highly anticipating him pulling out and people coming around the corner, so I'm just checking. Overrun means I come off the gas, so sometimes I'll be overrunning. Overrun now. Okay, so I'm going to take the next road on the right. I'm in second. Mirrors to the right, signal to the right, braking, braking, heaviest brake now, braking, 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 heaviest brake, lighten the brake, off brake, so I'm going round the corner with no brake, and if anything, like no brake, just roll round, or maybe a teeny bit of gas if that's what I need, okay? Overrun here, overrun, checking my mirrors, anticipation high, anticipation high. Okay, so at the end of the section of road here, I've got a crossroad, so I'm going to go mirrors. So I'm going downhill, which is going to give me organic speed. So mirrors, speed by braking, 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 heaviest brake now, heaviest brake now, heaviest brake, clutch down. Starting to lighten the brake, and then re-braking, re-braking, lighten, lighten, and re-braking. I need to get into a better position to see because I can't see because of the bush. It's really busy. I might speed this video up if I need to. Let's see. Okay, cool, right. So even on a road like this, where I'm potentially meeting traffic, I might have to use the eyeball of braking, right? So mirrors, overrun, 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 which means come off the gas. Speed by braking, braking, heaviest brake now, softening the brake, checking my mirrors. So I didn't actually brake to stop then, but I was braking hard towards the parked car, and then I softened the brake as I was approaching the parked car, so I could let the bike come through. So the heaviest braking was way before the hazard, so I could soften the feel on approach, you know? Okay, so I'm just anticipating things here, doors opening, people coming out from the sides, pedestrians and bikes, checking. Coming up to a T-junction, it's pretty flat, but I'm worried about pedestrians. Mirrors to the right, signal to the right, off gas, speed by braking, braking, heaviest brake now, braking, braking, progressive braking, braking heaviest, and then lighten the brake, re-brake, re-brake, and lighten, 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 looking both ways. I'm going to crawl out a little bit just so I can see past the bush and the brick wall. I know that you can't see that, you'll have to trust me that it's there. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm going to take that. Okie dokie. Right, so coming up to a roundabout. So mirrors, going into third. Mirrors, speed by braking, braking, heaviest brake now, lighten the brake, clutch down, braking, braking, lighten, lighten, lighten the brake, lighten. That's it. My exit road is blocked. I need to wait here. I'm treating it like there's a yellow box inside. Checking the right. There's enough space for me now in the road. Cool. So checking my mirrors. Seeing if I can fit through the gap. Keeping good distance from the person in front so I don't just go on the end of the conga line. I've made videos about that before. Following the car in front can be very dangerous. You need to make sure that you don't attach to the end of the conga line. Make sure that you're choosing your own decisions about whether you can go. I'm going to brake here and give way. Braking, braking, soften brake. Sorry, I got a little bit taken by everything that was going on to talk about my braking then. Sorry guys. Actually, I'll be nice to the learner, bless. I'll be nice to the learner. It's one of our kind. There you go, learner, no problem. Cool, checking my mirrors. Okay. So checking really far ahead, see if I need to stop for anyone, checking really far ahead. When I get to the roundabout, I'm going to be turning right, mirrors to the right. Signal to the right, off gas, speed by braking, 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 heaviest brake now, heaviest brake, clutch down, first gear, lightening the brake, off brake, up to the biting point to take the turn. Checking to see if I can go in this meeting traffic situation. If I see a car, I need to make a plan. Right, car with the lights, make a plan, pull in to the left. He's turning anyway, but it's my priority over him on that. In meeting traffic, you just need to make a plan. As soon as you see a car, what's the plan? What is the plan? Am I going to give way? Is he going to give way to me? So make a plan. Making a plan is just so much, the stress just drains away because you're like, I know what my plan is. I've decided to stop before the parked car. So here, make a plan. Yeah, I can fit. So my plan was that I can fit. And that's okay. Your plan can be I can fit, or your plan can be they're going to give way to me, or your plan can be I'm going to stop before the parked car. You just need to make a plan. Mirrors, signal, speed by braking, heaviest brake now, heaviest brake, soften, brake, soften, re-brake. Checking my mirrors. And then we'll pull up on the left to finish the video. Mirrors, signal, off gas, overrun, speed by braking, clutch down, heaviest brake, lighten the brake, lighten, and softly brake. Handbrake, neutral, signal. Guys, I really hope that helps you today, and I'll see you on the next one.